receiver. They showed that to the team, and that's what this game today could come down to, right? I mean, game of inches, and you got to strain for every one.
Yeah, and if you're on Twitter, it depends on what FPS you're using, because there's been some arguments about that toe. But ridiculous. I used the one that we saw on film where the toe is definitely out. That was a big time play. That's going to happen. That's what this USC football team has to learn how to win these games. And sometimes when you look at it, last year, a couple years ago, it comes down to if you make that play or not. And sometimes it's a matter of inches. So far this year, USC has been making those plays at the end of the game, and that was a huge one against Iowa.
All right, our offensive game plan is next. Luke Eure had a chat with Keely Eure. That's coming up in the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC.
Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 in a secure premium custody account or in a tax-advantaged crypto IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit itrustcapital.com/USC to start investing today. Use promo code Trojans to get $100. iTrust Capital, the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans.
Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
All right, class, settle down. Today's lesson is on the Arco Rewards app. Try to stay with me. The fundamentals are simple. Earn at least 5 cents a gallon in rewards, then redeem them later for up to $1 off every gallon. Now here's where it gets complicated. Oh, wait, it doesn't. It's as simple as downloading the Arco Rewards app to get started. Class dismissed!
Savings of up to $1 per gallon redeemable with 20 rewards dollars in your loyalty account at participating locations. Terms and conditions apply.
Invesco QQQ is the official ETF partner of the USC Trojans. The future isn't scary. Not realizing its potential, however, could be. To build a championship team, you don't just look at what you've got. You have to realize the potential of each recruit, transfer, and prospect. Only by seeing the potential of one player do you make the team its strongest. Let's rethink possibility. Invesco Distributors, Inc.
Turbo scenes, quattro cleans, racing all the way. Oh, what fun it is to drive when an Audi leads the way. What fun it is to drive along in an Audi every day.
Drive performance all the way home. Celebrate the season of Audi at your local Audi dealer.
You're listening to USC Football.
Hear every moment of USC football on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app.
If you want the inside scoop on this game and all things Trojans, be sure to sign up for the Three Torches presented by Smart & Final. It's a free newsletter. It'll hit your email inbox 3 times a week with game info, player insights, and more. Go to usctrojans.com/3 torches and sign up. And introducing Celaya Tequila, brought to you by USC football legends Matt and Ryan Khalil. Celebrate your story with a homegrown spirit. Celaya Tequila. The last time USC won in this building, Matt Khalil was on that USC team, played a huge role, and it ended with a missed Oregon field goal. And I was watching the video. The guys who played in the game, Barkley and Woods and those guys, and Hayes Pillard, they were joking about how Matt Khalil had a real penchant for blocking field goals, and maybe got in the head of the kicker that night as Oregon shanked one that would have sent this game to overtime. But USC hasn't won here in quite some time. To get it done, the offense is going to have to be prolific. Let's hear how they do it. It's Keely Eure with Luke Eure in the offensive game plan.
The USC Trojans offensive game plan is brought to you by iTrust Capital.
iTrust Capital is the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans.
I'm Keely Eure here with quarterbacks coach Luke Eure for the offensive game plan. Coach, it was a gritty comeback win against Iowa. What did you see from your quarterback?
Oh, he just kind of hung in there. Obviously we got behind a little bit, there at the beginning, but nobody panicked. I thought we just as an offense and as a whole, we settled in, went in, executed the game plan, and did what we needed to do to win.
Looking at this Oregon defense, they're one of the best in the nation, top passing defense. What challenges do they present for the offense?
Oh, they present a lot of challenges. They're very good up front. They're active. They're athletic. I think certainly, when you look at their statistics from a defensive passing game, they have good secondary players, some young guys that are really, really talented. And then their front certainly affects the passing game. They do a great job, rushing the passer, and we're going to have to do a great job protecting and do a great job getting the ball out of our hands.
From your perspective, how would you describe the connection between Mayava and Makai?
Tremendous. Yeah. I mean, these two guys have worked really, really hard together, and I think, over last off season and going into this season, I think they just developed a really good relationship and spent a lot of time together this last summer, and there's just a lot of trust there. Lem is one of those guys as a quarterback. You always know exactly where he's going to be. He runs his routes at the right depth. He does a great job separating. And then obviously for us as a quarterback, he's our best friend in the fact that he's phenomenal after the catch. So I just think they have a tremendous amount of respect for each other. They put in a ton of work together. And, they go out there on Saturday and they play with a lot of confidence because they both prepare really, really well.
Given the environment in Autzen Stadium and just the fact that Oregon's defense is so stout, especially in the first half, how important is it to get off to a fast start on offense?
Oh, I think in any football game, and that's something that we've challenged our offense and our defense and every unit we have is just to come out fast and come out and not take a single play for granted, which our guys will not. They're excited to go play, and the key is the preparation and making sure when we go out there we're ready to roll and play our best at the beginning and start fast.
Now, I know we're a little bit removed from this, but since we have you, I have to ask, what was it like to see your nephew complete that trick play?
Oh, I was pretty excited. I'm glad the cameras were not on me. I'm not going to lie. When the play got called, by Coach Riley, I was, certainly. Usually when we go on the field and punt, I'm looking at the call sheet and kind of looking ahead to the next series, but that was certainly one I had my eyes on, and I knew that he would go out there and execute that thing really, really well.
All righty, Coach. Thanks for the time and good luck on Saturday.
Absolutely. Can't wait. Fight on.
Yeah, we talked about Makai, Lemon, a lot, guys, in that first segment. But, I don't want to give short shrift to Jacoby Lane. I mean, he has definitely taken the secondary role in this passing game, Cody. But it's such an important role. It allows Makai Lemon not to see all the coverage roll to him. And not only is Jacoby making these great touchdown catches, but he's doing such a good job moving the chains, making difficult, catch sort of as a possession receiver, right at that first down line and bodying up and making big plays for this offense.
Yeah, and he had an impact last week in that football game. 7 catches for 65 yards. I already mentioned that big-time third-down catch that led to the Makai touchdown a play later. It's just really cool to see because they have a really good 1-2 punch right now, and it's so important as a wide receiver 1 to have a great wide receiver 2, or in their case, I'm going to call it a 1A, 1B because you don't know which guy can go off and make some big-time plays. They complement each other so well. Makai's a little bit more quick and shifty and can make those plays down the field. Jacoby Lane's becoming a little bit more of a possession receiver that can go make those one-on-one 50-50 catches in the end zone. But a big part of Makai Lemon's success is because he has a guy like Jacoby Lane, and if 6 isn't going to hurt you, then 8 will.
Shaun, King Miller is, you were talking about this with Coach. It wasn't prolific last week, but he throws it in there, man. He's willing to get the tough yards, not the biggest back out there.
No, they stuck with it. It was effective, I thought. It wasn't, spectacular like we'd seen him in earlier games, but he got the ball and he got those ugly yards. Sometimes you got to just stick it in there, pick up those ugly yards, make it third and shorts for your team. That's what King Miller did. And I think he's doing a great job in pass protection, too. That's kind of going under the radar. Yeah. Young walk-on freshman doing a good job picking up blitzes and sticking it in there in the pass protection.
Moving right along, our defensive game plan is next. It's the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
In the summer of 1997, Stone IPA was first brewed. We weren't trying to create the next big thing in beer. We just wanted to make the first anniversary ale of our dreams. Crisp, light-bodied, and still packed with hoppy flavor. That little recipe went on to become our flagship beer and inspired a generation of brewers and beer lovers.
Hey, when he
From
said
that first batch to today, Stone IPA is still the iconic West Coast style IPA.
Hi, Trojan fans. Are you ready to fight on? Fruitist Blueberries got your back. All across the gridiron, straight into the end zone, our berries pack flavor and crunch into every bite. Get ready for Fruitist Blueberries, official superfruit snack sponsor of USC Trojans football. Delicious, healthy, and always ready to win. Snack smarter. Snack Fruitist, because even our berries fight on. Fruitist, Fruitist, for the love of fruit. Available at stores near you.
We are Life Law, where we make injury law simple. We have 2 simple goals for all of our clients: full medical recovery and ultimately full monetary compensation. We understand that it can be overwhelming to face the uncertainty in the wake of an accident. We will be there with you at each step in the legal and healthcare process. You will pay nothing unless we win your case. Dial 1-800-LYFE-LAW or check us out at lyfe.com. Life Law, official sponsors of USC Athletics.
Turbo scenes, quattro cleans, racing all the way. Oh, what fun it is to drive when an Audi leads the way. What fun it is to drive along in an Audi every day.
Drive performance all the way home. Celebrate the season of Audi at your local Audi dealer.
This is USC football on the home of the Trojans. 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app. Your destination for LA sports. Fight on!
Hey, Trojan fans. At Ralph's, you get high quality and low prices, so you never have to compromise your budget. Save on thousands of items throughout the store. Ralph's, fresh for everyone. And Trojan fans, you can listen to USC football and all the biggest college football and basketball games on the TuneIn app. It's free internet radio. Back at the top of Autzen Stadium, getting you set for USC versus Oregon. The coaching staff has gotten not superstitious, just a little stitious, and they've decided Trojan Reed has to do the defensive game plan with Shaun yet again. Here they are, the defensive game plan.
The USC Trojans defensive game plan is brought to you by LifeLaw.
Injury law made simple.
I'm here with the defensive game plan with defensive backs coach Shaun Reed. Coach, obviously coming off a big win against Iowa. You know, how did your group play when you go back and watch that one?
I felt like we could have played better. We gave them some plays that we shouldn't have gave them. Again, it's like I tell the guys, make them earn it. Make them earn it. We ain't going to give them anything. Make them earn it. Feel like Iowa came out with a great game plan and executed early. And it took us some time to settle in. But once we settled in, things got rolling.
Coach, obviously a coach is never happy with any game you put on, but you guys get a big win and a lot due part to the defensive performance in the second half. You know, a lot's being made about whether it's adjustments or players. In your mind, what was the biggest difference in that second half when the defense locked in?
It's really all about the message Coach Riley pushes throughout this program. Just finish strong. It's not something cliche. It's something we really stand by, something we really stand on, and every second half is our half. We control it. We make sure everyone's emotions, even if we up big at half or we down big at half, it don't matter. We're going out there and we're going to play USC football the way we're taught to do it. And so far, it's been good.
Coach, we really seen a lot of DeCarlos, Marcellus, and Braylon out there. Those three guys have kind of been in a rotation all year. Talk about those guys and their growth this year as the season has gone on.
Oh, man, all those guys. All of them, one, they bought in. They bought into everything we're selling. And it was early on, it was some things that we didn't just go through. We had to grow through it. And everyone grew. Marcellus, again, man, I'm so proud of that kid. He's growing on the go. He only played 9 snaps last year. And he's being called upon to play every snap, right? And he's out there handling his own. He's being a man on the island. And we all know that's probably the toughest position in college football. Again, all those guys, man, hats off to them. They listen. They try to do it exactly how I asked them to do it. And we just continue to get better, man. And we've been growing over the weeks. We had our weeks where it was tough. We also had our weeks where it was what it was supposed to look like. So, again, the standard is the standard. We're not lowering it. It don't matter if you're 35 like D. Nick or you're 16 like Selly. We're going to go out there, man. We're going to fight. We're going to fight for this university. We're going to fight for the alumni. We're going to fight. That's all I can promise.
We're talking about fight, Coach. You got a fight on your hands this Saturday against the Oregon Ducks. What do they do offensively that makes it so tough? We've seen them, strong in the run game and a good quarterback. What do you guys got to get done on Saturday to bring home this win?
But we just got to be us. That team is well coached. They're well coached. They have great players. It's a great program. Salute to them, man. They got some good stuff going on. We're focused on us, and if we handle what we got to handle and do what we got to do, the results will be in our favor.
Well, Coach, you're 1-0 when you come on for the defensive game plan. Let's hope you go 2-0 this weekend, Coach. Shaun Reed, thanks for stepping on, and that's a defensive game plan. Thanks, Coach. Fight on.
Right on, baby.
I'm not going to lie. It's asking a lot. You're asking two young guys to go into hostile territory where it's going to be really loud with an offense that is very good and might potentially be the best O-line you're going to see this year. So you're going to be expected to fit in the run. And a team can make that real difficult if they decide to stay in shotgun formations. And for young guys that hasn't seen it before, there's a lot of concepts Oregon can run that put you in no man's land between run pass. So I'm not going to lie. I am nervous, but if they want to run, I'm confident at least Urlacher and Pierce will tackle.
By YETI.
All right, everyone. Welcome to Arco Rewards Orientation. I'm Hannah.
Whoa. Is everything okay?
That's a code green. Someone just earned at least 5 cents a gallon in rewards.
Wow. Another one?
Well, that one's a code gold. The customer just redeemed savings of up to $1 a gallon.
Impressive. What does that one mean?
Oh, that's just Piggy. He gets excited when we talk about rewards.
Savings of up to $1 per gallon redeemable with 20 rewards dollars in your loyalty account. At participating locations, terms and conditions apply.
A Jersey Mike's sub bowl is any sub without the bread. They're great anywhere.
So you can have a Mike's Chicken Philly sub bowl on the beach?
Sure can.
Or a BLT sub bowl when you're at the airport?
Absolutely.
So I can have a turkey provolone sub bowl on a date with my mom's lifelong best friend?
Are you sure it's a good idea?
Linda knows how to handle me.
Yeah, it's like we've known each other forever.
Because you have, Linda. Your favorite sub in a bowl for any time, anywhere. It's a Jersey Mike's thing. A sub above.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC.
Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 in a secure premium custody account or in a tax-advantaged crypto IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit itrustcapital.com/USC to start investing today. Use promo code Trojans to get $100. iTrust Capital, the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans.
Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
Jake from State Farm. I just beat my running PR, so I'm celebrating with the Banana Bonanza smoothie.
Hey, and you can keep celebrating when you create an affordable price just for you by bundling your home and auto with the State Farm Personal Price Plan. Go bananas.
I will. Hey, make it a large.
Bundling, just another way to save with the Personal Price Plan. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Prices are based on rating plans that vary by state. Coverage options are selected by the customer. Availability, amount of discounts and savings, and eligibility vary by state.
Hey, this is Lincoln Riley. This is Trojans football on 710 ESPN. KSPN Los Angeles. Your home for USC football is 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app. Fight on.
You're listening to USC football.
Hear every moment of USC football on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app.
Welcome back to the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. Shaun Cody. I've screwed up the names every time so far. Shaun Cody, that's you. Sue Cravens, Cody Kessler. I'm Jordan Moore. Keely Eure's here as well. We'll talk to her in a bit. Shaun, wave hi to the YouTube audience. The YouTube is up. We were a little late on that. Apologies, but we're up and running now here across the USC Trojans media network. Let's get now to our impact matchup.
The USC Impact Matchup of the Week is brought to you by Invesco QQQ.
Invesco QQQ. Explore with Invesco QQQ. Fight on.
Fight on.
Now, the Impact Matchup of the Week.
Yeah, guys, today I wanted to take...
time for this week's Impact Matchup, and I've got Tobias Raymond. The guy has been the Swiss Army knife on this USC offensive line. Toby, What a season it's been for you, man. I mean, did you know coming in what kind of role you were going to have on this team? How has it all evolved from your perspective?
Yeah, honestly, at the beginning of the season, I kind of had no idea what was going to happen. I mean, based on what's been going on so far, I didn't know I was going to be switched around so much. I thought I was going to be coming into the season playing some tackle. No idea I was going to play guard, and then I got moved to guard for the first couple games, and then moved to tackle, and then guard, and then tackle, and kind of just played a little bit of everything.
How hard is that? I mean, I don't think the lay person really understands offensive line play to begin with, but take us into the real nitty gritty of how difficult it is to be, whether you're on different sides or guard tackle switches.
It's mostly just getting back comfortable to being at one spot. When you play something for so long, you kind of just don't have to think about it, and you can just focus on playing ball. But going from guard to right tackle or left tackle, you have to think about what you're doing, so you're doing it in a way that puts you in a position to win. So just having to be super thoughtful and not just feeling it when you're doing it.
I watched when Elijah Page unfortunately went down on Saturday. It looked like you made an L signal to the bench, which I assume meant something like, "Am I just moving to left tackle?" At this point, are you just sort of used to it?
Yeah. I kind of just know at this point that if something happens, I might be moved around and someone else might fill in at my spot. So I kind of just expected that. And yeah, when I looked at coach, I held up an L just asking am I playing left tackle or should I go to the right side?
One other thing about it I wanted to ask was film study. I imagine when you're going into a game at left tackle, you're looking at the pass rushers you're going to go against, what moves they like, and, sort of the one-on-one matchup that's involved in offensive line play. If you don't necessarily know what position you're going to play throughout the course of a game, how does it affect the way that you study film going into an opponent?
Usually I try and just look at as the position I'm going to the game as, but usually we all look at as when we're in the O-line room, we all study together. So, I mean, when we're talking to the tackles, we're talking to the guards or the centers. I mean, I hear the same stuff that's taught to everybody. So I do look at the defense as a whole. So, I mean, I look at it through the position, but as a whole as well.
Well, this is a great game, man. I mean, this is one that all USC fans are looking forward to. USC Oregon's been around for a while, but both teams at their best this season. What do you see from this Oregon defense, statistically rated among the best in the country?
Yeah, there are a lot of good players. We just got to come out and play our best ball. I think we haven't had a game where we've played consistently good ball throughout the whole game, and I think that if we eliminate some of the lows that we've had in our games, I think we're gonna do pretty good. But that's our goal this week, is to not have any lows and just be playing consistent football the whole game.
Lastly, and most importantly, I got to ask about the stash, man. How you feeling about it? We keeping it all season? We going all the way with it? What's the plan for the facial hair?
Yeah, I'm going to grow it out for the end of the season. One of our trainers actually told me about No Shave November, and it was like a mental health thing for men, and I thought it was pretty cool, and so I ended up doing the same thing.
I love it. Everything you've been doing has been working this season. Keep it up. Toby Raymond, appreciate you, and go get him today against Oregon. That's this week's Impact Matchup.
Sounds like it impacted my voice there. I got it here, though. Cody, let's talk about the line of scrimmage a little bit. USC's offensive line against Oregon's defensive line. Take me through that matchup. What do you see?
Yeah, it's going to be a huge matchup in this game for USC. This is a very disciplined defensive line. They don't give you a lot of room in the run game. Now, they haven't been as productive when it comes to getting to the quarterback. They're 82nd in sacks so far this year, but there's three guys that USC has to be ready for. The first one is defensive end Tatum Tuiotu, 47 tackles, and he leads the team with 5.5 sacks. He also gets the ball out, 2 forced fumbles. The other rush in is Mateo Uiagalelei. He has 4 sacks so far this year. He's a problem on the opposite side of Tuiotu. But the guy that I got my eyes on this week that I think is going to be a big challenge for Killian O'Connor is in the middle of this defense. Defensive tackle Amari Washington, 6'3", 330-pound junior. He is a problem up front, and he can hurt you in different ways. He can stop the run. He can get to the quarterback, and he also gets his hands on the football. He can tip the ball up and force some interceptions. This is going to be a huge challenge.
Hold on, Cody. You didn't even mention Bear Alexander, who's playing completely different this year.
He is playing some good football this year, but no, those are my 3 guys that I'm focused on. I'll say this. USC has gone up against Bear Alexander, so they know how to prepare from him. These other 3 guys, though, can be a real problem.
Shaun, how about USC's defensive line against this Oregon offensive line?
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one in the run game. These guys like to pound the rock. I think this is what this offensive line is really built for. It's built built for the run game. They like to come downhill. They want to run the ball. In the past game, they've had some holes, I think. I think if you really want to attack somebody, I think Alex Harkey on that right tackle, you've seen him get beat with some speed off the edge, maybe some blitzes coming at him. So I think in the past game, the Trojans can find some pay dirt, but they got to hunker down in that run game because they're tough up front.
All right, time for the fifth member of our crew, Keely Eure, down there on the sideline. I don't see her, but I believe that she's down there. Hey, Keely, how are you?
Good. I'm doing well. I'm actually sitting behind you, Jordan, right now.
What? Oh,
did I ruin the
there
magic?
you are. I'm just looking out on the field for your signature North Face and nothing. You're just standing right behind me.
The North Face will make an appearance. Don't you worry.
It is cold, though, no?
It is cold, and that's why I'm in the press box right now. We have a great view. I can see warm-ups from here, so I'm going to be warm while I can. But I know I'm here for the Victory Pod fan question of the week, and it comes from Louie, who said, should USC's offense keep playing fast or slow it down with the hope of protecting its its defense?
Sewell, why don't you take that one? Tempo.
I think they should play fast. I think that this D-line wants you to run in the inside. They want the game to be slow. They want you to try to out-physical them. We saw them be successful against Iowa, so there's no point to make it a pissing contest. Keep them going left or right. Keep them off balance. Do not play to their strength because that gives you the best chance to win.
Cody, what did you see from Indiana's film? I mean, they really controlled Oregon. They won that game handily.
Yeah, they did a good job, but I'll tell you what Indiana did was when they extended drives, they took advantage of that. They also got after the quarterback. They forced Dante Moore to struggle in that game. He had 2 interceptions. They had 6 sacks as well. But Indiana did have a lot of 3-and-outs on offense, but they put together 3 really good drives. When you have your opportunities against this defense, there's not a lot of them, but when you have these opportunities, you got to make the most of them. Fernando Mendoza did. Jaden Maiava's going to have to do the same thing today when there's shots down the field to be had.
Shootout kind of game today, Shaun? What's the vibe?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I think Oregon is going to want to try to pound them, and I think that's going to slow the tempo of the game, and the Trojans can find some offense going. I don't think a shootout's going to happen today.
The thing about Oregon trying to pound you, they do it at about 8 yards per carry. So that's a quick way to go down the field too. The way that they can be explosive in the run game. Trojans have to make sure that is not the case here today. Hey, USC Trojans, Abbott and the Big Ten are back with the We Give Blood Drive. Show up to donate blood to help your school win $1 million for student and community health. Score a limited edition USC Trojan Tee and save lives. Go to big10.org/Abbott, ABBOTT, to get in the game. And the USC Game Day experience is now on Airbnb. Book at airbnb.com/USC Game Day. All right, we've got maybe our toughest opponent to date, the Oregon Ducks. We'll talk about them next on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
It's time to recharge, reconnect, and rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. And with your resort favorites back in action, there's all of the excitement and comfort you love with the peace of mind you can depend on. So whenever you're ready for a little rest, a little relaxation, and a lot of fun, we'll be here. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino today.
Children's Hospital Los Angeles is where groundbreaking research meets unparalleled expertise. It's where exceptional care is tailored 100% to kids. It's where every specialist, every room, every innovation revolves around one need, your child's. Whether it's routine care or a life-saving procedure, CHLA is where families turn to when outcomes truly matter. Children's Hospital Los Angeles. 125 years of building hope and healthier futures. Go to chla.org today.
Looking for the play of the day? That's easy. Fight on to victory with USC and fly on faster with ONT, the fastest and easiest airport experience in SoCal. Not to mention Ontario International Airport has over 90 nonstop flights to 30 major destinations with less traffic coming in and out. In other words, getting there is a breeze, and so is following our Trojans anywhere the season takes them. Because let's be honest, faster is always better when it comes to your airport. Start planning your next journey today at SoCalSoEasy.com.
You're listening to USC Football.
Hear every moment of USC football on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app.
Ocean views, magical sunsets, a luxury resort like no other. Discover Terranea, located along the stunning Palos Verdes Peninsula in Southern California. Book your getaway to Terranea now at terranea.com. It's a nice, pretty view up here in Eugene, Oregon. If you like trees, there's plenty of them to look at. The clouds have parted. We see some blue sky, but it is nice and chilly here, getting ready for a big-time November football game. USC versus Oregon. That's coming up. Let's take a look at the Ducks in this week's Scouting Report.
It's time for the Scouting Report, brought to you by Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
Now we're going to help you get to know today's opposing team.
The Ducks of Oregon at 9-1 coming in very comfortably in the playoff as it stands, but the Trojans can flip that script on them today, and that would be a tough one for Dan Lanning and where this program is at, Shaun, because it feels like he's gotten them to the precipice. They just haven't quite gotten over the mountaintop, and this would be sort of knocking them down the hill again here today.
Yeah, they're really looking for some special things this season, and the Trojans are definitely the roadblock for them in this one as they come in. You mentioned 9-1, but not a lot of signature wins yet this year. You're obviously 9-1. You're doing your job, what the schedule says, but really only played Iowa. I think it was probably their best game, their best win at 6-4, and the tough loss to Indiana there here in Autzen, and then Penn State, which looked like a big one at the time, not really as big, maybe as you thought at the time. So yeah, this is probably going to be their, if they can get this one against the Trojans here, this will probably be their signature win of the season in here. So they've had this one circled for a bit.
Cody, Dante Moore, as I mentioned earlier, a really efficient passer, 4th nationally in passer rating. I've seen him in a lot of the NFL mock drafts as a first-round pick. He was a guy that we saw at UCLA, and he was a big-time 5-star kid coming out of high school in Michigan, and now it seems like he's coming to his own up here in Eugene.
Yeah, he's a good football player. He's got a really high ceiling, too, and I don't think he's quite reached his potential, but he's playing some good ball this year. 6'3", 205-pound sophomore, 2,100 yards, 21 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. Be ready for him in the run game as well. He also has 48 carries for 183 rushing yards, but what's impressed me the most on film is his ball placement and his accuracy. 72% completion percentage, which was 4th in the country. Last week against Minnesota, set a school record, 90% completion percentage. You got to be ready for him to take shots down the field. He's averaging 8.6 yards per attempt. He's a good football player, but what I'm really worried about in this football game, Jordan, is that run game, but it doesn't go if Moore can't get the passing game going.
Yeah, and they, they're without their top 2 receivers, Sua, so maybe that's a little bit of a break for USC, but that run game, Noah Whittington at 8.2 yards per carry, Jordan Davison at 7 yards per carry, De'Aaron Hill Jr. at 8.7 yards per carry, and then the guy Kenyon Sadiq, I know you're worried about Sua, is the tight end with their top 2 receivers out. He's going to get a lot of targets here today.
Yeah, they've got talent everywhere, and I saw that DeCorian Moore and Gary Bryant were going to be out, so I kind of felt better about us missing our safeties, but then I'm like, man, Oregon has no issue running the ball, and you said it. They got a running back that's almost averaging a first down every single time he touches the ball, and you're new to USC football, we kind of struggle stopping the run, so that doesn't fare well for us. So it's a lot to pay attention to today.
What about the tight end, Sua? Because we have heard this rant from you. We heard it when Tyler Warren beat us single-handedly. We heard it when Dalton Kincaid beat us single-handedly. They don't have Kamari Ramsey out there, so they don't have the guy that necessarily is going to say, that's my guy, and I believe I'm an NFL first-round pick, so I'm going to show it today. They're probably going to have to be a little bit more collective, but Sadiq seems like the toughest matchup.
Yeah, Sadiq is a wide receiver playing tight end. He is that good. He has great release, great with his footwork. He's big, so you can't press him, and he's fast to where if you get behind him and you're even, he's leaving. So he creates a ton of questions and problems on the perimeter. I was thinking maybe DeCarlos Nicholson matches up with him whenever they go man because they're missing their 2 wide receivers, but then I don't know how that fares with their second wideout. So there's a lot of things you can do. I don't think it'll be a one-man job today, but if we're not stopping the run, I don't even think Sadiq will be the first of our words.
Shaun, the real strength versus strength matchup today is USC's pass offense against this Oregon pass defense. Number 1 pass defense nationally. Is it the guys in the back end that impress you, or is it the rush that they have?
Well, it's really the scheme. They do a good job. They can do a lot of stuff back there and mix up quarterbacks quite a bit. Dylan Dieneman is a tough safety back there, man. He really is their ball hawk back there. 49 tackles on the year, 4 pass breakups. A quarterback hit. They asked him to do a bunch. He's a weapon back there. Their linebacker Betcher is a good one too. So some guys on the back end there that really understand what they're doing in this defense. A young cornerback in Finney as a freshman doing a really good,
He's a monster.
good cover cornerback there. So they got some weapons. They know how to use them, and it'll be a tough challenge for this pass offense.
And Jordan, I will add, and Sue and I were talking about this off camera, I think it's important to note this is a really good pass defense and a really good secondary, but if you look who they faced so far this year, when it comes to passing offenses, they faced 116th, 118th, 114th, 131st, 132nd, 102nd. Those are the passing offenses that they faced so far this year. So I say that to say they haven't faced USC on the offensive side of the ball yet. So I think it's going to be a great matchup to watch.
And when they faced Indiana and Mendoza, they lost. So
yeah, but they gave up. But if you go watch that game, Mendoza, who's been lighting it up all season long, he had 215 yards, never got in a rhythm, had 1 touchdown, 1 interception, and then they played Rutgers, who's top 25 in passing offense. I'm not fully sold on that. They played well, but they haven't had a matchup issue like USC presents them in this game today. So I'm a little bit more optimistic when you look at those numbers.
Yeah, strength versus strength. Looking forward to seeing how it shakes out. All right, we're going to talk a little big picture about this team. Coming up next is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
I love a day on the water with friends, but my moderate to severe plaque psoriasis sometimes holds me back. Now I'm all in with clearer skin thanks to Skyrizi. Risankizumab Riza, a prescription-only 150 milligram injection for adults who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy.
Teaching music is my passion, but my active psoriatic arthritis can limit me at times. Now I'm treating my joint symptoms with Skyrizi.
With Skyrizi, most people with plaque psoriasis saw 90% clearer skin at 4 months.
Or if you are an adult with active psoriatic arthritis, Skyrizi helps you move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
There's nothing like clearer skin.
There's nothing like better movement, and that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZZI to learn more.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Ralph's, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Ralph's, serving SoCal for over 150 years.
Some drinks come in a bottle, some in a can. Only one comes in a ball and brings the buzz. We're Buzz Balls, the ready-to-go cocktail that's shaped like a ball. Coincidence? We think not. Big flavor, big buzz, ready to go. Buzz Balls. It's a ball. It's a drink. It's a whole vibe. Please drink responsibly. Buzz Balls available in spirit, wine, and malt. 15% alcohol by volume. Buzz Balls LLC, Carrollton, Texas. This is USC football on the home of the Trojans. 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app. Your destination for LA sports. Fight on!
Welcome back to Eugene, Oregon. This is the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI, getting you set for Trojans versus Ducks, an old Pac-10, Pac-12 matchup here in the Big Ten, and maybe deciding who will be the third team from the Big Ten that competes in the college football playoff this season. That can be part of our conversation here as we get now to our Cardinal and Gold Report.
It's time for the Cardinal and Gold Report.
The Cardinal and Gold Report.
Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
You know, guys, I've heard from many people, and I don't necessarily disagree with it, that this is the biggest game so far of Lincoln Riley's era at USC. The one counter I would say is they did play a Pac-12 championship game against Utah, which if USC had won it, they would have won the conference and they would have gotten into the college football playoff. And unfortunately, Caleb Williams' hamstring went out, and that sort of ended that run there. But the question overall, is this Lincoln Riley's best team at USC? Shaun, is it?
Best team, yeah. I think this is going to play a big part in this one, in that overall statement. So I mean, that 22 team really just couldn't figure out Utah and with the injury too. But best team, I would say, yeah, if they can get this one done today, I would say definitely they're the best team this Lincoln Riley era.
Yeah, offensively, they don't have maybe as much star power on this squad as they did that year with Caleb Williams and Jordan Addison. But Cody, to me, it's a much more balanced offense. It just feels a little bit more like structured and foundationally sound than maybe that group was.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. 2022, it was really all on the shoulders of Caleb Williams. He needed to be Superman every single game. If he had an off game, then there wasn't really a chance for us to find a way to get the win. With this offense, Jade Mayaba's had a couple off games, and we've had King Miller step up. And we've had, before they got hurt, Wayman Jordan and Eli Sanders step up. We've had the offensive line play well with having to rotate a lot of guys. And then out on the perimeter, you have multiple players stepping up. The tight ends have been playing some good football this year. So it's really by committee as opposed to 2022. It came down to Caleb Williams having to be Superman every week. And if he wasn't, then this offense wasn't going to go.
So defensively, that 23 defense was obviously not very good. The 22 defense was, again, super reliant on like a couple guys. Tuli Tuipulotu was single-handedly carrying the pass rush, but they had some guys. Mekhi Blackman, was a big-time player on that team. This defense I feel like has frustrated you at times. Has not quite hit the heights maybe that you wanted them to. But is this the best defense?
Jordan?
I'm just a big fan of your content, Sua.
Yeah, I would say this is the best defense he's had. I mean, even back then when we had a chance at the Pac-12 championship, it was more of a bend but don't break type of defense. Yeah. And like Cody said, if Caleb wasn't being Superman and we needed a stop, it wasn't coming unless we sacrificed the lamb and got an interception on the 1 yard line somehow. So it was. This defense is a little bit more consistent now, even though it frustrates me at times because it's the little things that we get wrong and we beat ourselves.
And it's worth noting, Sua, Shaun mentioned Oregon's schedule this year. It's worth noting that 2022 team had a very soft schedule. They really they did not have to play Oregon that season. They obviously lost at Utah, but they kind of had a nice cushy run that year. And this team, I feel like, has had to sort of stare some of its obstacles, its adversity, its ghosts in the face, and has overcome some of the issues that we've seen.
Yeah, and by the way, you mentioned schedule. USC, I hope, can retain as many underclassmen as they possibly can this offseason because next year's schedule is a gauntlet. Like
it's unbelievable.
They need a bunch of experienced guys and not transfer portal new guys, but guys who have been here and know the culture to remain on the team. Hopefully they can stay put to survive through that.
Yeah, and what's impressed me the most, Jordan, is not even the opponents that we played, but the schedule layout has been so difficult. I don't think people understand to get into a rhythm of the season. Then you have a bye. Then you have a 2-game mini season, basically 3 byes in 2 weeks. And then you go play at Nebraska, and then you have another conference game 6 days later. And still, with all the injuries, you find a way to still be 8-2 and a chance to be considered for the college football playoff late in November. It's been really impressive what Coach Riley has done with this schedule and with this team.
Yeah, and if people don't realize the schedule, I haven't looked yet at next year, but Ohio State and Oregon are coming to the Coliseum, which is just going to be electric. And we've got trips to Penn State and Wisconsin and Indiana. So it is loaded, as Sua said. So the program's going to have to just keep developing, Shaun. And it's done that. So, if we're really talking about 2022 to 2025, where have you seen the program improve the most over the course of 4 years?
I think Lincoln Riley acknowledged it after last game. A culture wins and the expectation that we're winning these games, right? The finish in these games, the second half, they've come into this second half team, and it's kind of been their identity this year of finishing games strong, being in a fight in all these games. They're close in all of them. They're fighting and they're finding a way to really. I liken it to like our freshman year at USC where we didn't really know how to win. Then you start figuring out, okay, how do we win this game? What's our identity? How do we close? And this team can do it a multitude of ways, and that's when you start becoming a good team, when you expect to win in every situation, no matter what kind of ballgame it is.
Cody, where have you seen the most growth?
I think it's been developing the players that have been here.
Yes.
In 2022, USC, if you remember, had one of the biggest roster turnovers in college football. And it was basically just a bunch of new faces that were plug-and-play type players. This year, we have had some, obviously transfer portal guys, but it's been a lot of guys that have been here and have developed within this system under Coach Riley, have been a part of the foundation that's been laid here. And that's been really cool to see. It's great to go out, and do college football free agency, basically what it is. But it's even better when you can develop guys that have been in the system for a while.
I agree. It's guys like, I talked to Tobias Raymond earlier in this broadcast. It's guys like him, man, who just were sort of sitting on this roster, and we were like, is he good? Is he not good? I don't know. I don't know much about him. And now he's like, this dynamic offensive lineman who can play multiple spots and has grown up in this program and is going to probably have to anchor USC at left tackle today and in the biggest game of the season. So I think that's been really cool to see more of the old school approach of getting guys in your program and developing them. So they're all going to be put to the test today. We're going to get to the X's and O's of this matchup next on the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI.
Having a high-yield savings account at USC Credit Union has its advantages, perks, and benefits. Like the fact that USC Credit Union members can get significantly higher interest rates than the national average for savings accounts. That's an advantage. Plus, you have the option to open your account with as little as $100. That's a perk. And you'll have peace of mind knowing that your hard-earned savings are insured up to a whopping $15 million. That's a benefit. Visit usccreditunion.org and start growing your savings today. Federally insured by NCUA.
It takes hard work to be the best in the game. Planning, commitment, resilience, sweat. That's why Old Dominion Freight Line, the #1 national LTL carrier for quality, works hard to be the best in the game and is proud to support those striving to be the best in theirs. Old Dominion Freight Line, official freight carrier of USC Athletics, helping the world keep promises.
In the summer of 1997, Stone IPA was first brewed. We weren't trying to create the next big thing in beer. We just wanted to make the first anniversary ale of our dreams. Crisp, light-bodied, and still packed with hoppy flavor. That little recipe went on to become our flagship beer and inspired a generation of brewers and beer lovers. From that first batch to today, Stone IPA is still the iconic West Coast style IPA.
It's time to recharge, reconnect, and rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. And with your resort favorites back in action, there's all of the excitement and comfort you love with the peace of mind you can depend on. So whenever you're ready for a little rest, a little relaxation, and a lot of fun, we'll be here. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino today.
You're listening to USC Football.
Hear every moment of USC football on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app.
Back to the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI with Shaun Cody, Cravens, Cody Kessler, Keely Eure. I am Jordan Moore. Trojans are out there in the sun now, warming up in their road white uniforms, and looks like Oregon is going with black uniforms today and green helmets. Always something to watch to see what Oregon comes out in. The Trojans, they keep it traditional. All right, guys, let's get into it. This is going to be a tough test for the Trojans, a big-time ball game for both teams. Shaun, when USC has the football, what's your eye on?
Just keep getting everyone the ball. I think that it's kind of been my tale for the last couple weeks. Is just keep spreading the ball around. That's why this offense starts clicking. Obviously, Mekhi Lemon drives this thing, but you got to keep getting everybody involved, keep them guessing as an Oregon defense.
Cody, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going to be watching Jaden Maiava at quarterback. I want to see how 14 performs in this game. He has been great at home so far this year, but the last two road games, you could even go back to the Illinois game early in the year. He struggled a little bit on the road. He hasn't been able to get into a rhythm. Today's a huge opportunity for him to come out at Autzen Stadium and put the country on notice.
Yeah, it certainly is such a great stage for all these guys, for postseason awards, for draft, all those kind of things. Obviously, their first focus is on winning a game like this, but we are the center of the college football world today, and that's such a huge opportunity. Sue, I know you love games like this. What about when the USC offense has the ball?
They got to be aggressive. They got to attack downfield. This is a team that believes they have the best secondary in the Big Ten. They've got a few big-time DBs out there, and they leave them on islands, which leaves room for plays in open space. So as long as USC can continue to be aggressive and attack downfield, they give themselves a chance.
Yeah, I love the idea of putting them out there on islands. If this game comes down to Makai and Jacoby getting to play one-on-one with anybody, I'll certainly take my chances if I'm USC, and I think Jade Mayava will take his chances down the field. But one of the things I want to see, guys, is USC to score first. Got to get out in front of Oregon. Dan Lanning at Oregon is 32-0 when the Ducks score first. I don't like that number very much, so you want to make sure you get out in front, keep this crowd at bay as long as you can. How about when Oregon has the ball, Shaun?
I think we're all going to say the same thing. Probably it's going to be stopping the run.
That's not what I have. It's not what I have.
Oh, okay, all right. So, but you got to stop this run first. But I also think, you think about offense. You think about taking shots on offense. Sometimes I think this defense has to take shots today. I think Dan Lynn's going to be called upon to make some big plays. He's got to roll the dice on some blitzes and get home to keep Oregon's offense off schedule.
Sua, do you stop the run?
Stop the run.
Ah.
Yeah, it's that simple.
Cody, you have stopped the run?
Yeah, that is what I do have. I got a little more broad. I said I'm going to be watching the front seven overall. But, yeah, this Oregon offense, they're averaging 233 yards per game. They are very efficient on the ground. They have 3 backs that can really hurt you. I'm going to say 4-2 with Dante Moore when he uses his legs. I think this game is going to be one on defense in the trenches.
I have tackle on the perimeter, guys. I'm a little less worried about this team just sort of pounding up the middle the way that an Iowa team would or some of these Big Ten opponents. I'm worried about the edge, and not just in the run game. I think they're going to force Marcellus Williams to tackle all day. I honestly think that's going to be at the top of their list, is like, let's see this young corner tackle all day, especially because of the situation they have at receiver. I think they love that screen game. They love to flip the ball out there, and they're going to put the USC's corners under that pressure test all day. So, okay, it's a modification of stop the run, but I don't think it's just on. I don't think it's just on those guys in the inside today. The way a team like Oregon likes to run, they're going to spread you out and test you across the field. So USC's tackling.
I got one more for you, though, Jordan. You guys talked about it earlier. That's not stop the run. I want to see how USC prepares and handles Kenyon Sadiq. I think that is going to be a huge mismatch in this game. Will Stein, offensive coordinator, does a great job, like Lincoln Riley does, to find ways to get his guys in one-on-one opportunities. With those receivers out, I'm curious, both in man and zone, who's going to be over Sadiq in this game.
Speaking of Lincoln Riley, he's coming up next in the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI.
Picture it. Your holiday table, the family cooking together, the scent of golden brown bread, rosemary from roasted potatoes, and a salad so crisp it snaps, spiced cider in every glass, laughter around every plate. At Ralph's, we know these moments matter, and we make it easier to bring them to life with quality that's affordable in every aisle. This season, don't just host, make every moment unforgettable. Ralph's, serving SoCal for over 150 years.
Tommy Trojan is at the 10, the 5, touchdown, USC!
Make big plays on the field and in life. With iTrust Capital, you can buy and sell crypto 24/7 in a secure premium custody account or in a tax-advantaged crypto IRA. iTrust Capital is easy to use and has no sign-up fees. Don't be a Monday morning quarterback. Make big plays now. Visit itrustcapital.com/USC to start investing today. Use promo code Trojans to get $100. iTrust Capital, the official cryptocurrency platform of the USC Trojans.
Taxes and conditions may apply. Fees apply. Cryptocurrencies are a speculative investment.
Coors Light presents To Chill or Not to Chill. When your friend skips your favorite song on the playlist. End the friendship. Or choose chill because that song lives rent-free in your head anyway. And you're planned ahead by bringing Coors Light to the party. And the sound of that ice-cold can cracking open was music to your ears already. Coors Light. Choose chill. Celebrate responsibly. 2024 Coors Brewing Company, Golden, Colorado.
He's got the speed. He's got room. He's going to score.
No one gets you closer to the game than Sirius XM College Sports Radio.
For the win. Got it. Let's go.
Tune in for news, talk, and analysis from the offseason through regular season and into the postseason. We've got your team covered anywhere you go.
Deep to center field. Oh, it's gone.
Get a free trial at SiriusXM.com/College Sports Radio 2025.
You're listening to USC Football.
Hear every moment of USC football on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app.
Welcome back to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. We are live from Eugene, Oregon, up high in Autzen Stadium. A beautiful cold day here in the Pacific Northwest where USC and Oregon will the winner will put themselves in a spot to go to the college football playoff. USC has never been in the college football playoff really under any of its formats, so this is such a huge opportunity for the Trojans to make a statement today on college football's biggest stage here with College Game Day in the house, and the Trojans and Ducks really the showcase game in the Big Ten and nationally this week. So pretty cool moment at Lincoln Riley's 4th year. I'm sure he is ready for it. Here he is with Keely Eure, our head coach.
This is your prescription to win, brought to you by USC Pharmacy.
Proud partner of USC Athletics.
USC Pharmacy is operated by the USC Man School.
Learn more at pharmacies.usc.edu.
Coach, after a tough culture win against Iowa, how have you seen your team prepare this week?
They've been aggressive with the preparation, understand the opportunity at hand and the opportunity we've created by winning these games, and so it's been a fun week. They're, I think, been anticipating it and really been flying around the practice field.
Since 2018, Oregon's only lost 2 games at home. In your experience, what does it take to go into a tough road environment like that and get a win?
Well, it takes, I think you have to have a lot of toughness and a lot of resilience. You understand there's going to be different momentum swings throughout the game, and we've got to do a good job of, continuing to ride the momentum when we have it, and then at times when they have it, we've got to do a good job of bowing up and grabbing it back ourselves. And so, we understand the challenge. You play good teams on the road. That's part of what it is. Fortunately, we've been in a lot of those battles already, and you feel like that gets you battle tested for one like this at the end of the year.
Oregon's offense is both balanced and explosive. How do you go about limiting what they can do?
Yeah, they've done a good job. They do. They use their personnel well. They've really been running the ball well, especially here as of late. Yeah, I mean, I think you certainly got to try to limit them some in the run game, and then you said it. I mean, it's trying to put a lid on some of those explosive plays, and so it'll be a big challenge for our defense. Fortunately, we've been playing some really good ball. We've really risen up and playing good in the second half. We'll need that again here in this one.
We spoke earlier this week about how USC's offense and Oregon's defense is a strength against strength. In terms of their first half defense, they've only given up 3 touchdowns. For you as a play caller, how do you know that you're having success, whether or not maybe the points might not show us in the first half?
Yeah, I mean, I don't sit there and try to measure that too much during it. I think it's just, trying to put our guys in the best position that we can, to go make plays. And you understand that we're going to make some plays and they're going to make some plays. And, we've got to be resilient, and obviously it'd be great for us to get off to a great start. That's something we've emphasized, but also as we've proven, we can do it without that too. And so, you just got to keep playing. In games like this, you never know how these things are going to shake out. So you can't get too caught up in, is it going good or not going good in the moment? You just got to keep going.
All right, Coach, thanks for the time, and good luck on Saturday.
All right, thank you.
That was Keely Eure with hushed tones in that interview. It sounded like it was live from the Masters. We're live from a football stadium now, so we get to hear Keely in full voice. Are you still standing behind me, Keely, or are you actually down in the field now?
First of all, it's head coach, according to you.
That's right, head coach Keely Eure.
See, okay, can I give context to that? When I do the radio interviews for these episodes, I am sitting 2 inches apart from Coach in his quiet office. So I'm not going to be like screaming in his office.
Hello, Lincoln. Hello, friends, as Jim Nance would say.
So you get the golf interview from me. But yes, it is actually pretty nice down here, not going to lie. I'm in the sun, but a little bit of a chill, but it's not bad at all.
Keely, this is our high noon game day report. I should say that.
It is, correct.
And this is a busy one, and I feel like you're going to give us bad news. I know I got so many texts this week. Do you know if so-and-so's playing? Do you know if so-and-so's playing? I never know. But you're going to tell us now, and I'm guessing it's not good.
I was going to say, to be fair, neither do I for certain, but I do have some updates. So on the official availability report, Kamari Ramsey, Elijah Page, and John Ray Reed were listed as questionable. Now, going off of initial warm-ups, Kamari Ramsey was just watching guys warm up, and then Elijah Page was kind of in warm-ups, but pacing did not look like he was going to play. So I would say both of those guys are doubtful. Now, I will say the only specialists are out right now in full uniform, so I can't confirm that yet. But that's the USC side of things. Bishop Fitzgerald is out as expected. And then Zacharias Williams is actually making a return at wide receiver, so we'll see him there. But yes, limited on the safety depth, I would assume, today. And then just an update on Oregon's side as well. Their left tackle, Isaiah World, is listed as questionable. Now, I haven't seen Oregon's offensive line yet. I see some big guys, but I don't see 76, which is his number. And notable because his backup is listed as out on the availability chart. So if for some reason he's not good to go, USC could be going up against a third string tackle. Or, I mean, maybe they're like USC and just have someone they can pull out from the depth chart that will just do great, but we'll see. So a mix of names, but that's the availability report as it stands right now.
It's interesting about Zacharias Williams because I forgot last week how much we saw James Johnson. We were all like scouting our rosters and we were seeing if it was somebody else in a different uniform because we know the coaches have been up to their tricks a little bit in that regard. Here comes some more USC players onto the field, so I don't know if that answers any other questions. And Keely, Wayman Jordan, I know, is not playing. Coach earlier this week said that he is getting closer, though, right?
Yeah, so as I noted last week, he was actually listed as questionable on the report, but then came out just in street clothes for Iowa. So Coach was asked about it this week in practice, and he said, he's close. He's trying to get there as much as he can, but in particular for a running back, it's really hard to come back quickly from this type of injury because you have to make cuts. You have to plant hard on the ground, and that's just not something you want to do on an ankle that's not 100%. So he is listed as out despite being questionable last week. So do not expect number 2 to be out there on offense today.
Yeah, obviously losing Bishop and Kamari is tough news for the Trojans going into their biggest game of the season. They both played last week against Iowa, got hurt in that game. So did Elijah Page. That was a very physical football game. I feel pretty good, though, about the depth that this program has built, that you can go to guys like Christian Pierce and Kenny Urlacher, that you can have a Tobias Raymond kick out to left tackle, that John Ray Reed can't play, that Killian O'Connor is there. They've got some guys. I do worry if this is a physical football game, though, what is left behind those guys. It can get thin pretty quick.
Yeah, that's football. This is football. This is what happens throughout a year. Guys get hurt. You play a lot of reps. You're going to get banged up, and you have to have those 2s and 3s ready to go. Like you said, we've had this happen last week, and Kenny Urlacher played a real physical game. He'll be chested today. Christian Pierce stepped up in a lot of ways. Do you see DeCarlos Nicholson move around? Maybe he goes back to the kind of a safety look. We'll see what they do, but this is the game of football, and this is kind of what happens. You got to come up with answers.
So, what's the dynamic between Pierce and Urlacher? These are guys that we haven't necessarily seen as much. Who's the free safety? Who's the strong safety in that pair? What are their sort of game profiles?
We'll say Pierce is more of the free safety that's going to cover, and Urlacher is more of the strong box safety who can play dime. You can interchange. They can play both. Pierce isn't afraid to tackle. Yeah. They both get their face dirty and like to play in the box, but today is just more of a matchup of left to right. Like I said, it's not going to be just one guy. It'll be a group effort, and I expect not just the safeties, but the corners are going to be expected to tackle too. Oregon likes to line up in a nub side and will run GG right at the edge to see if that corner is going to set the edge. So everybody's going to be expected to do their part.
Keely, let me throw it back to you on the field. Do you have another update for us?
I do. Now, I believe it's called a shiesty. Sua educated us.
Yes, that's
on
a
this.
Sua special, yes.
I haven't said anything to Keely today, so let's hear. Let's hear what you got.
No, there's no. This is a truce, Sua. Don't you worry. No, I was going to say that if I'm reading the eyes correctly, I believe Kamari Ramsey just came out in sweats, so he will not be available today as predicted.
So you're saying because he's dressed as a ninja like Sua, it's hard to make sure that is Kamari,
yes.
But you believe that is Kamari in sweats.
Yes, I saw him pretty up close, and he just walked over to where the safeties are warming up. So I would
apologize, Keely, for getting defensive.
Why, thank you, Sua. Look at this.
Yeah, I do see that John Ray Reed is out there warming up,
yes.
though, looks like.
Yes,
yeah, so
that's my other update.
Yeah, my understanding of that situation is I do think Killian is the one. So whenever Killian is available, and he's clearly healthy and available to go, that he is their choice at center, and it's not a forced change. The other ones obviously, are the twos taken over for the ones in those situations. So this is kind of Cody. This is kind of who we got, and you just kind of have to roll with it this time of year.
Yeah, no excuses. Next man up mentality. That's how you have to play this football game. That's why it's so important. Coach Riley always says the standard is the standard, and that is so true. It doesn't matter who's in there. You've got to go out and perform. And we always talk about the best teams in football, college, NFL, the teams that get hot at the right time towards the end of the year, it's also the teams that are the healthiest at the right time at the end of the year, and they have their guys out there. That's going to be a big factor. But right now, if we can get through this week, I expect us to get some of those guys healthy going into UCLA, and then hopefully if things work out for the offseason or for the postseason, we'll be back close to 100%.
Cody, real quick, how much does it hurt Oregon to lose their top 2 receivers? Or is there a drop-off there?
Yeah, there is a little bit of a drop-off. Like I mentioned, Sadiq has been, Moore's go-to target. He had 9 catches last week against Minnesota. He tries to find him when things break down. He's good outside of the pocket, too, in the scramble drill. But I don't think it hurts him too much, Jordan, because of that run game. They have 3 very talented backs that can hurt you at anywhere on the field. They all 3 have the capability of taking it to the house. USC needs to stop the run game and force more to try to lean on these backup receivers.
Yeah, let's make this about the pass game then and find
Let's do
out.
It ain't just Sadiq, though. I know we talked a lot about him, but Jamari Johnson, that's a big fella, too. That's a different kind of mismatch. He's 6'5", 260. He's a big load out there. I'm sure that that's a mismatch that Oregon will try to go after.
One more segment to come of the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI. That's next.
Meet Helium Mobile, the first phone carrier powered by the people. Experience coverage from the nation's largest 5G network and a network built by people like you. For just $20 a month, get unlimited talk, text, and data. Plus, earn crypto for contributing to the network, which you can use to pay your phone plan. Whether you're a USC Trojans fan, student, employee, or just trying to save a buck on your phone bill, Helium Mobile is for you. Make the switch today at HelloHelium.com. Fight on.
If you are a fighter, Modelo is your reward. So listen close. You put up with a lot, but you always hold it down for your people. You are strong. You are fearless. You are the baddest on the block. You are an elbow grease factory, a force of nature. You are not to be reckoned with. You are a ride or die, a powerhouse of productivity. You are a fighter, and Modelo is your reward. You've earned every last drop of this rich golden lager, so raise it up high. Modelo, the mark of a fighter. Drink responsibly. Beer imported by Crown Imports, Chicago, Illinois.
Looking for the play of the day? That's easy. Fight on to victory with USC and fly on faster with ONT, the fastest and easiest airport experience in SoCal. Not to mention, Ontario International Airport has over 90 nonstop flights to 30 major destinations with less traffic coming in and out. In other words, getting there is a breeze, and so is following our Trojans anywhere the season takes them. Because let's be honest, faster is always better when it comes to your airport. Start planning your next journey today at SoCalSoEasy.com.
It's time to recharge, reconnect, and rediscover your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino. And with your resort favorites back in action, there's all of the excitement and comfort you love, with the peace of mind you can depend on. So whenever you're ready for a little rest, a little relaxation, and a lot of fun, we'll be here. Play your perfect combination at Pechanga Resort Casino today.
You're listening to USC Football.
Hear every moment of USC football on 710 ESPN and the all-new ESPNLA app.
Jordan, what the heck are you waiting for?
One final segment of the Trojan Tailgate Show presented by YETI with Sua Cravens singing us back into the final break. I am Jordan Moore with Shaun Cody and Cody Kessler. Just a dramatic pause. Sua, no? Didn't work for you?
No, hey, I like the song.
Hey, build up the tension.
Sua, if you didn't like that, you know what you're really not going to like, man? This news report here that technically I got the point last week, and we're tied at 3 in the Old Dominion best in the game standings. I don't like it any more than you do, Sua. It's, just the way the cookie crumbled.
I'm just not going to say anything because I know what you're doing.
I'm not doing nothing. Just reporting the news.
It's called gaslighting.
Yeah. That's exactly what it's called.
Let's get now to this week's Old Dominion best in the game picks.
The best in the game
is brought to you by Old Dominion Freight Line,
official freight carrier of USC Athletics,
helping the world keep promises.
All right, I assume we're live with Keely Eure and her pick.
Hello. First of all, I have to just say that I feel for Shaun because I felt how he felt last week because I picked Jakeem Stewart, and he had a game-changing play, and he wasn't even on the list to get voted for. This is rigged. All I'm going to say, Sua, I understand you now. Shaun, I understand you. My pick for this week is Lake McCree. I'm going with the receiver option, and he's one of the ones I have left at this point of the season.
Yeah, Lake was really good last week. Kind of, there were so many other guys that overshadowed him a little bit, but Lake made some big plays in that Iowa game as well. Cody, what do you have?
I've been playing the long game. I got both Mekhi Lemon and Jacoby Lane left, and I'm going with Mekhi this week. Big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games, and Mekhi Lemon's the best wide receiver in the country. I expect him to come out and have a big game today.
Yeah, we might be playing for second there, which always depresses Sua. Sua, what do you got?
It doesn't matter. Cody picked Mekhi, so I got Cam Crawford, so yeah, that's that.
Hey, they got the #1 pass defense in the country. It's going to be a little bit of a challenge, but
fancy a touchdown. That's the guy.
Yeah, Cam Crawford's going to need that sack force fumble today, Sua.
He can have a sack force fumble, a pick, and do a backflip. He's not winning today.
Shaun?
I talked to producer Gia. She gave me 2 picks this week because I've been so unlucky this year.
Unlucky, that's an interesting
first pick,
descriptor.
It's going to be Marcellus Williams. That's definitely my lock of the week. He's going to come up and tackle from that cornerback position. You guys mentioned it a little bit. And then my second for sure is Hank Pepper, as those snaps have been on point all year long. I know we talk about Ryan Sierre, but there's no Ryan Sierre without Hank Pepper, baby.
Hey, Shaun, I'll tell you what. Hank Pepper's always the first guy down on punt return or on punt coverage, so he may
that's all they got.
He gets a tackle and he gets a forced fumble, recovers it too. You never know.
Pepper wings the other day.
There you go, man. There you
go. Keely, real quick, give us an injury update.
Elijah Page just came out in street clothes, so he is out for today as predicted as well.
All right. He was not my pick anyway. My pick is Desmond Stevens. We talked to him this week on Trojans Live. Hey, you guys said the key to the game, stopping the run. If they do it, it's going to have to be the linebacker stepping up and making those tackles. We need a double-digit tackle day from Dez in the middle of that USC defense. Well, enough talking, guys. It is time to play some football. USC's out there. They are in formation, staring across at the Oregon Ducks. It is time now to decide which one of these teams wants to stay in college football playoff contention. USC, Oregon. It's coming up next on the USC Trojans Media Network.
You've been listening to the Trojan Tailgate Show, presented by YETI. Brought to you by
YETI. We make gear that helps you stay out longer, travel farther, and live harder.
Pechanga Resort Casino, proud partner of USC football.
Stone Brewing, proud partner of USC Athletics.
And by Invesco QQQ, the official ETF partner of the USC Trojans.
And only minutes until kickoff in Eugene at Autzen Stadium. Time to take care of the Ducks. Number 15 USC, number 7 Oregon. We continue the countdown to kickoff next.
Stay tuned to catch the USC Trojans on the gridiron. Coming up next, right here.
Right here on the ESPNLA USC Trojan Media Network. Presented by Pechanga Resort Casino.
How do you do? In the summer of 1997, Stone IPA was first brewed. We weren't trying to create the next big thing in beer. We just wanted to make the first anniversary ale of our dreams. Crisp, light-bodied, and still packed with hoppy flavor. That little recipe went on to become our flagship beer and inspired a generation of brewers and beer lovers. From that first batch to today, Stone IPA is still the iconic West Coast style IPA.
Jersey Mike's subs are great to enjoy in all kinds of places.
So you can bring a Club Supreme when you're camping?
Yeah.
Or how